What's up guys, it's Wayne from Gamer Gab. Souls-likes are all the rage these days. I mean, you can't throw a rock without hitting an Elden Ring wannabe. Well, the one I'm reviewing today had a rocky start, spending as long as 8 years in development, depending on how you define development, including a name change and a whole entire version update. I'm talking about Lords of the Fallen 2.0. So is it a hit, or should you quit? Let's get into it.
Gamer Gab.
Go!
Lords of the Fallen was announced in April of 2022 as The Lords of the Fallen, but was changed to Lords of the Fallen almost a year later in March of 23, and officially released that October. Then, in April of 2025, it received an overhaul and became Lords of the Fallen 2.0. Lords of the Fallen is a medieval or dark fantasy third-person action RPG set in the land of Mornstead. Long ago, the demonic entity known as Adir was defeated and imprisoned by the current dominant religious order and locked away using 5 magic beacons. The game begins 1,000 years later, and Adir's influence has begun to corrupt the beacons, and that corruption is tainting the land and the people of Mornstead and twisting them into monstrous versions of themselves. Your job is to cleanse the beacons, or not, depending on how you want to play it. You play as the Lamp Bearer, carrying an artifact known as the Umbral Lamp, which allows you to jump between Axiom, the world of the living, and Umbral, the world of the dead. If you die in Axiom, you rise in Umbral to continue fighting, and if you die in Umbral, you respawn at your last save point known as a Vestige. Passing into Umbral can also reveal routes forward that are blocked in Axiom. The story is interesting, but plot points, lore drops, and NPC interactions are every bit as dense and hard to decipher as a Souls game, which I think is a shame. I mean, Miyazaki does a lot right, but hiding 90% of your game's story in item descriptions and environmental clues is just not good storytelling. The combat is smooth and responsive, and the difficulty is high, but I feel like it's accessible for a Souls-like. The bosses are challenging, but you don't have to spend hours memorizing movesets and perfecting your timing to beat them. The game is punishing without being demoralizing, and you don't have to spend nearly as much time grinding and XP farming. Don't worry, the cheap shots you've come to expect from Souls games are definitely here.
And certainly I hope it's not in the name of the hallowed sentinels.
Including a mimic that is way worse than the mimic chest from Dark Souls, or the chest from Elden Ring that would just teleport you somewhere that you were probably not equipped to be yet. No, this thing disguises itself as an item pickup and, well... yeah. The monster design is also great. Some of the boss area cutscenes gave me that same feeling I got when I saw Midra for the first time in Shadow of the Erdtree. One issue I had with this game was that there are several times that the game would let you walk right into a boss arena without knowing it until it was too late to back out. Also, maps in this game aren't a thing. You can find what the game calls a map, but it looks like this, which is not helpful at all. Luckily, the game's design is fairly linear, so it's hard to get too off track, but there were still a few times where I opted to look online for where to go next instead of just wandering around until I found the answer. I admit that for me, this game teetered dangerously close to being too derivative of Elden Ring. I mean, there's even a finger item pickup and an area called the Empyrean. But my love for Elden Ring and my appreciation for this game's slightly less brutal combat system made me really enjoy Lords of the Fallen. I'm going to give this game a 7.5. Let me know in the comments if you like this game or if you thought it was just Temu Elden Ring. As always, Gamer Gab is powered by Conway Corp high-speed internet service. I'm Wayne, and I'll see you next time on Gamer Gab.
Gamer Gab.
Go!